الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد. Respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are very fortunate, alhamdulillah, very lucky. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through the messenger of our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, has explained to us each and every aspect of our life. And one of those aspects of our life is our family life. Our dealings at home. Our dealings with the wife, with the children, with the mothers and the sisters. The ulama have gone into detail by researching the ayats of the Quran, the verses of the Quran, by researching the statements made by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, knowingly the ahadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, of them explain those in a very easy understanding manner, so we can implement these things in our life and become good family members, good husbands, good brothers, good father-in-laws, and for our sisters, as good mothers, as good wives, as good sister-in-laws, as perfect might not be the right word, but good daughter-in-laws. We can't expect anybody to be perfect. Perfection is not which is demanded or requested from anybody. Perfect is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Subhanallah. Allah ta'ala is faultless, is perfect. Besides that, we are all full of faults. But there are always ways to improve. As they say, there is always room for improvement. For the husband, for the wife, for the household to run in a better manner. There is always room for improvements. So one of the faults which we normally see where, maybe a very good household, he might even go into a negativity, and then everything starts falling apart and everything starts breaking up. It's sometimes the way we conduct ourselves. Sometimes we act in an extremely negative manner which affects everybody in the household. If a father or a husband, he's got much more responsibility. He has got the responsibility to take care of everybody. He has got responsibility to explain to his wife, or explain to the daughter, or explain to the son if something goes wrong. But how? The ulama have given guidance in this manner. How to explain? So, the short word is abstain from criticism. And then this point has been explained further. And if the ulama say, somebody brings up a complaint, maybe the mother-in-law is complaining about the daughter-in-law. It's possibly the husband's sisters are complaining about his wife. It's possibly that his brothers are complaining about his wife. Now, the ulama say, when you hear the complaint, what would your reaction be? Now you've got to make things better here, not to make things worse. So ulama say that don't react instantly. Never act instantly. And the ulama, they give guidance and they say that wait until 2 salah times are passed. So if somebody receives a complaint about his own wife from his own mother, both have their own status and both have their own place in the husband's life. The mother, of course, who's brought him up, and then his wife. Now these are just scenarios. The mother has complained to the son about his wife. Your wife such, etc., has done this. Now the negative way to act would be straight away stand up in anger and go to the wife and say whatever comes into his mouth. Whatever the tongue utters, he says it. He doesn't care what kind of language is used. So, forgets everything. This is a grave fault. This is a grave fault, a major fault. This is no way of explaining anything. So the ulama give the guidance of waiting until 2 namaz times are passed. So the complaint has been received at Zuhr time, and this is going to be now addressed after Maghrib. The complaint has been received at Maghrib time. This is now going to be addressed after Fajr. Instantly, no reaction should be shown. So abstain from instant reaction. One thing is. 2 namaz times have been mentioned by ulama as a guidance. The other thing is, how are you going to explain a fault? If a family member complains about the wife that she has done something wrong. For instance, your wife carries tales. Carries tales मतलब क्या कहते हैं उर्दू में इसको? गीबत करती है या चुगलखोरी. Tales is चुगलखोरी in Urdu. It's having a conversation with somebody and then listening to what he said, making addition to that, adding extra things to that conversation, and going to the third person and telling everything to him. Explaining that he said this to me. And taking his reaction now and coming back to the first person, and he said this to me about you. इसको हदीस में है नमीमा, चुगलखोरी, carrying tales. Once our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was passing from a graveyard, and he mentioned to the Sahaba that this person, actually it was two persons, are being punished in their graves. The Sahaba, with astonishment or great surprise or fear, they inquired Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what was their sin? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam explained, because of two major sins. One of them would not abstain or stay away from the drops of the urine. पेशाब की छींटों से नहीं बचता था. This also, the drops of the urine means which when a person is urinating, the splash that goes on the clothes, it could be that, or other things is when a person goes to urinate, urinates, and he doesn't wait on the droplets of the urine, then they go on his clothes. So, one of the etiquettes for doing the istinja is probably to wait until all the urine has actually come out of the body. Otherwise, if somebody goes into the urinates and then starts doing the wuzu, sometimes couple of drops stay inside which come out later. ये है पेशाब से ना बचना. तो इस्तिंजे का तरीक़ा भी सीखना चाहिए. बाज़ दफ़ा पेशाब अंदर रह जाता है, क़तरे रह जाते हैं पेशाब के, and then फ़ौरन बंदा वज़ू कर लेता है, नमाज पढ़ रहा है, बॉडी थोड़ी सी ऊपर नीचे हरकत हुई बॉडी को तो पेशाब के ख़तरे बाहर आ गए, कपड़े नापाक हो गए, वज़ू भी ख़त्म हो गया, नमाज कहाँ से हुई? So there are various methods which the ulama mentioned. That's not my topic at this moment in time. एक ये बात, उसको कब्र का अज़ाब हो रहा है इस वजह से. The second person, he is being punished in the grave because he used to carry tales. चुगलखोरी करता था, इधर की बात उधर लगाता था, उधर की इधर लगाता था, चार मसाले और डालता था, लोगों में फितना बर्पा करना, लोगों को लड़ाना, creating mischief. So it's an extremely bad habit. This is haram. Ghibat is haram. Ghibat is backbiting. Namima is carrying tales. And this doesn't have to be going in physically and telling somebody. That could be done over the phone now. It can be done over WhatsApp now. It's all the same. You don't have to physically go and you carrying tales doesn't mean you have to physically go and visit the person, knock at his door and have a cup of tea and then tell him whatever you want to know. It's now easy. Technology has made these things good. जैसे नेकियां आसान होगी ना, गुनाह भी आसान कर दी, गुनाह बहुत ज़्यादा आसान हो गए. You can do a namima, carrying tales of guna right now sitting here to Pakistan. टेक्स्ट भी करने की जरूरत नहीं, वॉइस वगैरह लगाओ, रिकॉर्डिंग करके भेज दो और थोड़ा पढ़ा थोड़े बड़े देगा कौन सी कौन वीर पर सीधा स्ट्रेट अवे. सो इजी, आसान हो गया ना गुनाह करना. When we were young, we used to say, parents writing letters, खत लिखते थे. One letter used to get to Pakistan in 10 days' time. And now you can write an email and press the button, send, gone, straight away. He's received it, he's read it. And within the next hour you find, oh, theek thaak udhar ladai hui hai. What happened? Somebody from here sent a WhatsApp. So बहुत बड़ा गुनाह. Haram. Namima, riba, backbiting. Haram, it's haram. These are, ये वो गुनाह है जो इंसान के अंदर होते हैं. We can see some gunas which are outside, we try to refrain. So, oh, somebody is drinking alcohol. Even the person who's drinking alcohol will refrain. Oh, what if somebody sees me? He tries to hide himself. Because you can see it externally. But namima and ghiba and all these, they're inside the person. Takabbur, pride is inside the person. He takes it everywhere. Even he comes in the mosque, he brings those here. गीबत करने वाले को आदत है वो मस्जिद में भी आके गीबत करेगा बैठकर. उसको कोई मस्जिद में बैठो. जिसको चुगलखोरी करनी है वो मस्जिद में आके बैठकर चुगलखोरी करना. So these are also things which are extremely haram. So somebody complains that your wife, she carries tails. What did I say? Instant reaction is not permissible. Our beloved Prophet Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's beautiful manners was that whenever somebody used to make a complaint about some tribe or some people that they are doing such and such bad things or they've got such and such bad habits, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam never used to mention any names. He used to address the Sahaba, the Sahabiyat without mentioning any names. And his words used to be Ma balu aqwamin or Ma balu qawmin. What has happened to people that they are involved in such and such an action? What happened to the people? Or what's wrong with the people that they are involved in such and such a habit? Beautiful way of explaining. So coming back to my topic, how should this complaint be addressed? To say, dear, some women, they involve themselves in such and such bad habits. And you know what it comes in our Islam about these bad habits? That's one way of explaining something. It won't have a negative effect. You won't face any reactionary effect. The words should be chosen very carefully when explaining something. The other thing the ulama explain is that when you are explaining something or want somebody to understand you, should never bring up old issues. If you bring up old issues, then that issue which you are intending to explain and you want the other person to understand, if you bring up old issues, the current issue will stay there where it is and you will start quarreling over old issues which are already finished. So those should be forgotten. Old issues, when you bring up old issues, when a husband brings up old issues with the wife, or the wife comes up with the old issues, then it's a war which never ends. It's a war that never ends. उर्दू में कहते हैं ना, पुराने मुर्दे, गड़े मुर्दे मत निकालो. Don't bring up old issues. And it is a very, very good habit. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has given an example of an extremely bad person and an extremely good person. सबसे बेहतरीन आदमी और सबसे बुरा आदमी. सबसे बुरा आदमी, extremely bad person, bad character person, आपने इरशाद फरमाया कि the one who gets infuriated instantly, यानी उर्दू में कहते हैं कि उसका गुस्सा यहाँ है, नाक की नोक पर है उसका गुस्सा. बात हुई नहीं, क्या बीपी हाई हो गया फौरन. गुस्सा फौरन आ जाना, इसको बुरा कहा, फौरन गुस्सा. आन गुस्सा आ गया, अब वो गुस्सा दूर ही नहीं हो रहा. अब वो बेचारी माफिया मांग रही है, कह रही है मियाँ छोड़ दे बात को, हाजी साहब, सूफी साहब, मौलाना साहब, जितने लकब है बेचारी दे देकर कह रही है हो गई, खत्म हो, गुस्सा ही नहीं जा. हमारे बहुत बुरा कैरेक्टर आदमी है. जल्दी गुस्सा आना और देर से जाना, बट हैबिट. और गुड पर्सन की आपने तारीफ फरमाई, गुड कैरेक्टर पर्सन, देर से गुस्सा, हद हो गई. So many things have happened, he's still calm. He's trying to understand the situation. He hasn't used any foul language, no bad things, nothing's happened. What has happened? Faults happen. It happens in every household. It happens in the communities. The person is calm, trying to understand the situation, trying to apprehend the situation, trying to get the situation under control. He's not getting angry. Because once you become angry, you lose your senses. Half of the brain is dead because of anger. देर से गुस्सा आया और आपने इरशाद फरमाया कि जल्दी ज़ाहिर हो गया. Became angry. It took him a while, long time to become angry. And when he became angry, his anger faded away very quickly. फरमाया बेहतरीन आदमी. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us ability to give us tawfiq that we try to get these habits and bring these habits in our household, in ourselves first of all. All these things are being mentioned because we need to reform ourselves. We need to reform our households. We need to change our habits. The ulama also mentioned, consider the occasion. If you want to explain something to your household, consider where you are, the place where you are. Have you not seen that you've been to a shadi or marriage and you've seen couple fighting there? Why? Because they didn't consider where they are. That's not a place to talk about your family or explain anything to your wife or the vice versa. In privacy. Household की privacy में कोई वाइफ से बात करनी है, बेटे से बात करनी है, बेटी से बात करनी है, किसी मुसलमान से बात करनी है, किसी का कोई ऐब नजर आ गया, अब इश्तिहार लगा रहा है सबके सामने, 10 आदमियों के सामने हाईलाइट हो रहा है. बैड हैबिट. मुसलमान की शान नहीं है. The ulama say make dua. First of all make dua. Oh Allah, such and such a person has developed this bad habit. Oh Allah, I ask you to forgive me first of all and forgive this person. Oh Allah, give him the ability that he abstains himself from this bad habit. And then think of positive ways how to explain this. This could be wife, this could be a daughter, this could be a son, this could be a friend. These rules apply everywhere. It's not just for husband and wife. So there's many other things that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has given. There's many ahadith which direct us towards positiveness. Now somebody gave me a leaflet from a school, and it was about 5-6 pages pamphlet, and it said, the title of the pamphlet was Positive Parenting. And I went through it. And what I found was 90% of what was written there is all in the Quran and Hadith. 90%. The words were here and there, but I could see that everything is all in our Islam. We already got all these rules and regulations. May Allah Ta'ala give us tawfiq that we do act upon whatever has been said. Just